It's a form of illness, I think, more than anything. It's part of it, and nature, human nature, inquisitive, and if you choose music, there's no real limits to how far you can dig, you know, to better yourself and to improve, and just, you know, it's a bottomless pit, you know, of inspiration when you look at world music, and where did this come from, where did that come from. You've got to go to India, really, to find out where all the bendy notes come from. It's hard to accept that it wasn't Elvis Presley's guitar player, or it wasn't Gene Vincent's guitar player, or Ricky Nelson's guitar player that bent notes. So they've been bending notes for hundreds of years, you know, from ancient times. I think there was a phase in the 60s when most of the guys I was mixing with or knew about were playing Les Pauls. Because in a small band they had a voice, a big, powerful, thick sound through Marshalls that no other guitar had. It goes way back beyond that when I heard Les Paul, the guy, I mean the main guy, you know, when you hear things like How High the Moon, the world's waiting for the sunrise, and I wanted to be that. So it goes way before any influence from 60s rock and roll. But it wasn't, I mean, Peter Green was using a Gibson Les Paul, Eric used one, and they just seemed to be the way to go, to fill out a small combo with a big fat, you know, chords, and it just sounded rich. Oh yeah, it's on the I forget what the name of the things are. There's a James Brown type opening where it sounds like the James Brown. Both pickups, a lot of treble, you know, that kind of bell-like sort of clipped sound. That's on there. Quite a few solos, but they're not, like I say, the Telecaster was on there, and the Strat, I used anything just to get different tones, and George Martin liked that. I mean, there was one or two lurking about in the guitar shops in Charing Cross Road, and that's where we used to spend most of the time with our faces pressed up against the window, you know. Partly because we were banned from those shops for putting muddy boots on the amplifier and stuff like that. And we didn't have any money. I think that was probably the chief reason why they used to shut us the door. But we used to fantasize over what would be a good guitar, you know. Leave it a respectable amount of time before we went back and asked to try out a new Les Paul or whatever. But it was great fun, and those were to see those guitars hanging there, just tempting you, gave you a purpose. You know, I want that. I'm going to have that. Just to see this, you know, it's amazing. When you first showed me the first prototype, I thought you were having a laugh. I thought it was you swapped it from my house when I wasn't there. But no, it's great. It sort of makes me want to go back there and pick it up again. I may do, you never know.
Excellent.